You hit them once to get them talking, hit them twice to shut them up, sort of thing. They are brain dead rats. That's what they are. For whatever reason, it would appear that members of the Toronto Police Service are even more brain dead than the idiots that they're sending out there with illegal guns. For me, it's not unbelievable. The Toronto Police Service, as you may or may not have heard by now, it is our predominant police force in Toronto, for people that don't know that. And it was announced this week that 8 members, or 7 current members and 1 retired member, were arrested for various degrees of criminality ranging, well, they're all serious, really. And 2 of the cops that were arrested were father and son. And 3rd generation, actually. The young cop's grandfather was a retired Toronto cop as well. So there was an investigation launched, conducted by the York Regional Police Service, and it was determined that initially 7 plus 1 retired were arrested. Now, already there's speculation that 30 officers are being investigated, and widespread speculation that it's going to be a lot more than that even. They're saying it is the largest corruption investigation in Toronto police history. Now, the most serious offense are murder for hire, or conspiracy to commit murder. And there is a correctional facility in South Etobicoke. It's called, I believe it's South Detention, prison, jail, whatever. It used to be Mimico Detention. And there was a supervisor, correctional officer that was targeted for a hit, and now it's being deemed, or it's the accusation is that the Toronto police were orchestrating it, the ones that just got arrested. So that's pretty serious charges to be levied upon the Toronto police. Now I'm going to get into the damage this is obviously done to the reputation in a second, but I did a video. Oh, let me back that up. Also, I want to point out that the cops that were arrested are predominantly from 11 and 12 Division. Now, if you live in Toronto, that's in the West End. That's their divisions in the West End. And it just so happens that I live on the border of 11 and 12 Division. In one of my videos, or a couple of my videos, I've gone by 12 Division for other reasons. And I've gone by 11 Division, excuse me, for other reasons. So I'm well versed the location of where these cops are. I don't know any of the cops that got arrested personally. Now, and guns and gangs. There's a guns and gangs task force in Toronto that I believe is based out of 31 Division up by Jane and Finch. But they can go to any police station. They're like the nomads of the Toronto police force. Because, and I use that word specifically because from a very young age, I've looked at the Toronto police, or any sort of police force, as an organized gang, and a lot of people do look at police like that. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a fan of police. I never have been. So if you're a supporter of the thin blue line, this video is not for you. I don't go out of my way to point out the shortcomings of the police or to slander the police. I do not, but today I am. So, guns and gangs, 11 Division and 12 Division were the primary officers that have been arrested so far. And like I said, there's going to be more arrests to come, without a doubt. So about 4 months ago, I did a video surrounding an incident that happened in 2021, November of 2021, in Port Dover, Ontario, which is an hour and a half southwest of Toronto. And I will attach that video at the end of this video. Now, in that video, I outlined I called it the murder of a gunsmith out in Port Dover by the name of Roger Katenko, a 70-year-old gunsmith that, by all accounts, was a pillar of the community out in that area. Now, the jurisdictional police force there, and it's all outlined in my video that I'll attach at the end of this, the jurisdictional police force out there is the Ontario Provincial Police, the OPP. Guns and Gangs Task Force in 2021, like I said, based out of, I believe, Jane and Finch 31 Division, assembled a crew, went up there, to execute a search warrant. In doing so, they shot and killed Roger Katanko. Now, that's all I'll say, because I did an in-depth video on it, and I would recommend that you watch this video, because I believe it ties in to what's happening with the guns and gangs in 11 and 12 division now, and the level of corruptness that we probably will never really know the scale of, because they have to hide this sort of thing. They feel they have to hide it because the public opinion for the police is already at an all-time low, and this is gonna put it even that much lower. I'm gonna get into that. So I'd like to say in this video, I hope they re-investigate the Roger Katanko murder robbery. I hope they open that case up. I hope it ties in again, because that was police going up there and executing a man. So now this comes out in the last week, that the level of corruption and the level of violence that the Toronto police are willing to inflict on the general public. Now, a lot of this ties into the tow truck industry wars, where the cops are going into their database. I think it's called CPAC. I don't know. I'll look that up, what it stands for. And in doing so, when they go into the database, they have to put in their badge number to access it. So by all accounts, it's a pretty safeguarded method to check people out. So when you check someone out, it's not so hard for people to find out who did it, and when they did it, and whatever. It's like logging in. So what the cops were doing, they were giving addresses to low IQ street level thugs that had burner guns, and they were going to people's houses that were prominent in the tow truck industry and shooting up their houses. Like, they do a drive-by, like they come by and put a clip or a magazine into a house. And they caught some of these people, and these low-level street level thugs, they like ratting right away. It sort of you hit them once to get them talking, hit them twice to shut them up, sort of thing. They are brain dead rats. That's what they are. But for whatever reason, it would appear that members of the Toronto Police Service are even more brain dead than the idiots that they're sending out there with illegal guns. It's also being reported that some of these cops were dealing in illegal firearms, in possession of illegal firearms, storage of illegal firearms, all handguns. So it's not, for me, it's not unbelievable. This is, like I said, the level of corruption within the Toronto Police Force it's beyond comprehension. And hopefully this is going to shed some light on it, and hopefully that it manifests to the point where some cops do some serious time for breach of public trust. Now, I was out to dinner last night with a bunch of friends for a dinner, a birthday celebration for my friend Angelo. Happy birthday, Angelo, shout out. And I'm sitting across a guy that I've known for many years, and he's a very smart man. He's done well for himself financially, and when he talks, people generally tend to listen. So he was sitting across from me in a Greek restaurant, and for people that don't know, I've been sober for 2 years, a little over 2 years. I don't drink, haven't touched a drop of alcohol in over 2 years. And so the guy sitting across from me, he's enjoying his vodka soda with a little cranberry, and he looks at me and he goes, Dewey, he goes, I'm at the point with the police, and this guy's an upstanding citizen. He goes, I'm at the point with the police where, if I get pulled over, and he drives a pickup truck, I get pulled over in my pickup truck, I'm just going to laugh at them. Like, and I'm just going to say to them, what are you pulling me over? You're a bigger criminal than I'll ever be. And that is the level, or the depth of how low the respect and reputation that people have in Toronto for the Toronto police. And now this is just going to emphasize that to a very high degree. So Myron Demkew, the Toronto police chief, he goes up to York Region to their headquarters, and he's a part of the press conference to announce the investigation, subsequent arrest of his membership. Now, Myron Demke and a lot of police chiefs in Toronto, they are politically appointed, and they are usually politically appointed by the left liberal politicians. So more or less they're a patsy, and so they're asking, or they're demanding that Myron Demke step down or resign, and he ain't gonna do that. How are those poppies going, Charlie? How are those poppies going? How you doing, buddy? How you doing, man?
The guy said he's going to give me a volunteer jacket, you know?
Next year.
Next year, yeah, you know.
Yeah, good.
So that one can't complain, you know?
Yeah.
Go there whenever, you know?
Yep.
I got burnt up in the military, you know. I was in the hospital for about 5 weeks, you know.
Oh, really?
I got 2nd and 3rd degree burns.
Yeah.
A long time ago, you know.
Oh, how'd that happen?
It was a...
Were you in an armor personnel carrier or something?
What's that?
Were you in an armor?
No, we went through the woods. It was northern BC, you know, and the tent caught on fire, you know, and I got trapped, you know.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about those cops who just got arrested?
The what?
The cops that just...
you know,
11, 12 division cops.
Father and son. Team,
Yeah.
You know, that's typical, right? That's typical.
Doesn't surprise you.
Big city crime, right?
Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah, man. Okay, brother. I got to
What
go.
about Mikey and everybody? Everybody's okay?
Everyone's good.
Yeah, okay, good.
Take care.
Right?
Take care, Charlie.
Yeah, take care of it.
Local neighbor. So, you know, even this older gentleman here, Charlie, even, you know, it's not a surprise to anyone. And like, we shouldn't be like that. Like, the liberal government, federal government, wants to confiscate legally attained, legally vetted guns from everyday citizens that don't have a criminal record. And we got cops. We got filthy, crooked cops walking the streets, handing out illegal guns to criminals so they can go shoot up houses on behalf of organized crime. I'm telling you, this isn't going to fly. A lot of the police forces are refusing to support the gun grab, and you know, they're probably under the same awareness that everyone is, that they don't want to put their membership at risk going and knocking on a door to take a legally owned even handguns, but legally owned weapons that have been deemed restricted and or prohibited. They don't want to put their membership at risk. But here's my prediction. My prediction is there is going to be well over 30 cops implicated in this, and my prediction is that the Roger Katanko murder out in Port Dover, that's going to be tied into this again. They're going to investigate this again. So I'm going to put, like I said, put that video in at the end of this video, and I'd like to give one of my viewers, a shout out, and her name is Avril, and she's a regular viewer, and she's a highly intelligent woman. She has her own YouTube channel. I'll put up on the screen, and I liken her to be like a political insider. She's conservative, which makes her near and dear to my heart. And so Avril was just out at the conservative conference in Calgary last weekend, and I haven't caught up to her yet because I had a busy week. I didn't even do a video this week because I was out helping a friend do some rentals around his house. I owed him a favor, so that's where I was all week. I'm feeling a little stiff. But Avril, I received in the mail this week this beautiful neck warmer. She hand knitted me this neck warmer, and I'm telling you, it's so soft and warm. And she even asked me what color I wanted, and I picked this color because I didn't have any. I have a lot of different accessories for my outfits and whatever, my survival gear, but this is really nice. So I just want to give Avril a shout out and say thank you very much. I'm humbled by the gift. No one's ever knitted me anything in my life, so thank you, Avril. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to catch up with you with regards to your time out west at the leadership convention. So if you have anything to add about the Toronto Police Service or about anything in my video today, by all means, put it in the comment section. I'll get back to you. I got some time coming up, a couple days, so I should be able to get back to everyone. I try to. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your Saturday wherever you are. Minus 18 today, so good test for the neck warmer, and it's passing with flying colors. Have a good day. Bye.